Hello friends, welcome back you all to another video. My name is Abhishek. You are watching Coder, and in this video we are going to create a MERN application that is Amazon clone. As you can see here, this is the design which I have created. So this one is only front-end design right now, but in video we will create both the backend and front-end in this video series. So this is the register page, you can see. So this thing is our today's task. We will create the design and the backend of the register, the APIs and the database tables like that. So this is the login page, and this one we will create in the next video because a lot of things will be there also. So first of all, MERN stack application means just it is a full stack application, but specific technologies are used like MongoDB, Express.js, React and NodeJs. So when you will use these four things, then your application will called a MERN stack application. So let's set up the MongoDB. So in this website you will get the steps to install MongoDB in your system. I will provide the link of this website in the description box. You can open this website and follow these steps. You need to install Brew. If it is not installed, then you see how to install Brew, and then you first of all install Brew, and if it is there, then you first update it, Brew update. So what I will do, I will copy this Brew update, and in the terminal I will simply paste it and I will press enter. Then after that Brew, you copy this Mongo tab, Brew tab, MongoDB Brew, then paste it in your terminal and then press enter like this. So it will take few minutes. So Brew install MongoDB community. What you will do, so after installing, this is the code to run the Brew like MongoDB. So this is the code to start the MongoDB server in your local system. That I will copy and I will paste it here. So here you can see the message MongoDB community already started, means already I have started this thing, that's why it is coming. So if you want to stop the database, then same command is there, Brew services stop MongoDB. Like this one you need to copy and paste it. So like this, easily 4 or 5 codes are there. You paste it in your terminal and MongoDB will be installed. So our MongoDB is installed right now. The next thing is NodeJs. So NodeJs is the main thing that you need to create a React application. So here, this is the website, link I will provide in the description box. So you just open this one and you click the LTS version, which will be in the left side. That one you download it. You just click on download in the file, and here to install it you need to double click on this one, that particular file, and you just press continue, agree, continue, and then at last install will come. So I will not install right now because I already have it, so I will cancel this thing, and after you will install, then you can check it by running node v. Then it will show you the version, which version you have installed right now. So here you can see I have gotten the version. Now our main two thing is installed, like in MERN application, the Mongo database is the required that we have installed, NodeJs is required that we have installed, and React and Express is library that you will install in particular projects. So now let's create first of all our project. So here I will see where I am. So I will move to the desktop. So in desktop I will create one folder by name of Amazon 2.0 desktop. One folder is created, Amazon 2.0. Then I will move to this Amazon 2.0, and there I will write npx create React tab, and I will provide front end. So inside this one Amazon 2.0, one folder will be created from front end name, and in that one all the front end code will be there in React. So we will work whatever we need to work for the front end side inside the this front end folder. So meanwhile this front end React front end is downloading, then I will open another terminal here, another tab, and in that one, so again I am inside the Amazon 2. So now in this one I will write npm okay, first of all I need to create another folder. So I will write make directory and I will give the name server or backend. Like in this folder all our backend code will be there, so I will move to this backend folder. Now I'm inside the backend folder. There, if you will see, it is a empty folder right now. The backend folder is empty, so I will write npm init. And as I've written npm init, some questions will be there, like some package name, what the package name you have. Just you press enter, and at last yes. So it will create a package.json file inside this one. Now you can see one file is there, package.json. Now what I need to do, I need to install some libraries in backend folder, inside backend folder. And let's see our frontend is installed or not. Okay, so our React project is also installed here, you can see. So let's finish this thing. So in the backend folder I will install Express. So this is the way to download the Express. Like in particular folder you will install Express like a library. So this is the Express. Then something I need course, then I need Mongoose. So Mongoose will basically the a library that handles MongoDB codes that it is required to write in the backend. Then we need a node mon. Okay, then I will press enter. Okay, I have missed install npm install, like this we need to write, then it will start installing. So here it is installed, whatever the libraries it is there, and now it is installed. So now we'll open this Amazon2 folder. So first I will go inside this one, and then I will open this thing in VS Code. So here you can see we have set up the things by doing npm install in backend. This folder is created, and in the front end all the React thing is there, like src folder and all node modules you can see. So whatever we are doing today, I will upload this thing on my GitHub, so you can download the code for register and register backend, what we will do today. I have opened this one, and then in the src folder, first let's start from the front end. First we will create the design of register page, and then we will create the backend. So now what I will do here, I will delete I will copy the codes of index.js, and then I will delete the whole src folder because I don't need that much stuff there. So I will delete the src folder, and again I will create src. Nothing is there, so index.js file will be there. I will copy this thing, then I will remove this unnecessary things like index.css. Okay, app.js and index.css, these two files I need. So I will create app.js and rfce. So in this video, like we will not discuss very basic things like how we will import the components, how we create components in React and that things, because otherwise it will take a lot of time to explain the basics only. So here I have created the app.js, and now another file I need, index.css. okay, now this thing will not give error. Now I will go to this one, and where is my front end side? So in this one I will move to front end folder, and I will write npm start. So this will start our React project in the browser. Okay, it is one. I need to press yes because on the 3000 port one project is running that I have shown you earlier, this project. So our project is starting on port 3001 now. Now let's see what we need to do. So this is our register page. So today we need to create this one only. So what is there? We have just a Amazon logo, text, few form details. So in the front end also we need some some libraries we need to install. So let's see if it is started in browser. Okay, our project is running. See, app text is there. Now I need to install some extra libraries in the front end. So by the here in VS Code terminal also you can do that things. So I will move inside the front end, and I will write npm install bootstrap. Then I need Bootstrap for styling, because if you will not use Bootstrap, you need to write all the CSS by your own. Then we need React Router DOM for creating the URLs. So for now, just two libraries I need in the front end. Okay, it is installed right now. Now I will close this NodeJs and all things, and I will open the Bootstrap website so that quickly we can create our forms. So this is the Bootstrap website. I will click on this one. Link will be there in the description. You can check out if you are not getting. So here what we need to do, just first of all, let me create something. Now the library I have installed, React Router DOM. From there I will import something called browser router. So from this library I will import browser router, and so I will copy this browser router and I will wrap it around our app, okay, like this. And then inside the app.js, like now I will create a separate new folder. I will give name pages. So whatever the pages we will create, like login page, register page, home page, cart page, like that, so everything will be present inside that only. So here first we need to create register page. So one file I will create by the name register.js, and then RFC snippets I am using here. You can search it in this extension React snippets and you can install it. So you can also use that snippet. Now register is there, component is created, page we will design later. First of all, we need to set the routings. So here what I need to do, like if you will import register page, because we have created the register, so I will import it like this and I will paste it, and in the browser if you will see, register text is coming. But if you have another like I need to display this register page when I will type /register, means on any path. But you can see on register path also it is displaying, and on by default on the /default path also it is coming. So it should not happen. So that's why we use routing, so that we can display any page or component depending upon the what URL we are typing. So in this file also we need to import some things from React Router DOM. So I will import something that is routes and route. So in this page I will import routes and route, two things. Then I will cut this thing and I will give route, and inside that we need route. And here in the route we have some attributes like path. So in the path you can give your custom path name. So here I am giving register and which element you want to render. So we have created a separate page, that is this one, and like this we are displaying the thing. Now if you will see, by default it is not displaying in the /path, like in the default path that component is not coming. But if I will go to register page, then it will come. So our routing is basically done, completed. When I will open the register page, then only this component will load. So for each pages we will create this routing, like for login page one another route we will set like this. So this is the React Router DOM. Now what we need to do, we have set the things. Now we need to create the design. So for design we have installed the Bootstrap. So in index file only I need to import the Bootstrap, so that I don't need to manually like import in every pages the Bootstrap. Default in the index only one time I will import. So from the Bootstrap library you need to go to Bootstrap dist, then JS, then Bootstrap bundle, and again I will copy and paste this thing, and in the dist now CSS, and then one file is there, bootstrap.mean.css. So I will import this thing. Now how I can check that register like Bootstrap is working or not? So simply I will go to here in register page and I will write text danger. So it is a class name of Bootstrap. It will change the color of the text. So here you can see now the text is in red color. So basically our Bootstrap is installed. Now I will start creating the design very quickly. So I will give a div and I will give a row. Okay, then another div I will give, and here I will give class name column 4 and I will give p2. p2 means padding 2. So if you don't know Bootstrap, how to use Bootstrap, then most of the things I will try to explain for what we are doing, but everything like basics we are not going to discuss. So if you want a separate video for Bootstrap and React and Node.js like this, then you can write down in comment section. Then I will create, if you will request, then I will create a separate videos for that, how to like how the thing separately works. Now this is the just a row class is there and column class is there. So column means how much width you are giving to a particular thing. So if I will give, I will show you here. I will write bg danger. Bg means background. So this is also a Bootstrap class. Now you can see column 4 means this much area. Now I will move this thing to center of the screen. So for that I need to write mx auto. So automatically it will come to the center like this. Now I need to give margin top. So I will give mt5 or something like this. So mt5 is more like mt4 I can give. So mt4, and then inside this div only I will create one section, and this one I will use images. So if you will see this register page, so first we have a Amazon logo and then a container where the forms is present. So let me show you quickly what I need to do. In my old folder I have a asset folder. So here in this asset folder some images is there. If I will show you like logo and the cards, whatever the things we will use, we will keep inside the asset folder. So I will copy from this one, and the new one which we have created, Amazon 2.0, I will go inside frontend src, and here simply I will paste it. Okay, so this thing is done. Now I will go to the code and I will import the logo. So I will write import logo from, I will provide the path assets. Inside assets, like directly it is present logo.png, and I will copy this one and I will use image attribute, image tag, and in this one I will provide src, and inside the curly bracket the logo I will provide like this. Here you can see logo is there, but I need this thing in center. So what I will do, I will give inside this section display flex. So in Bootstrap, like display flex is deflex and justify content center. Now you can see it is in center of the screen. Now I will remove this bg danger, I don't need, just for the view I have given. Now you can see our logo is there. Now I will create another section, separate section. In this one just simply I will give one text here right now, or just we can give a paragraph because we need the sign in text. So it is a register page, so we will give register. In the image you will see that it is sign in, so it should be register in register page. Now I will give class name to these sections, and this one I need some border. So as you can see this is the border, and I need to increase the padding of this column in the in which the logo and this borders div is present. So I will give p4 so that the height the width of this one decreases little bit, and I will remove the padding from 4 to 2 like this, and some padding I need inside this border class also, p2 like this, or maybe p3. Okay, now I will give rounded 4, so you can give rounded 3 2 like this. So border I have given. Now we need to increase the size of this register text. So I will give fs means font size, and then like you can give 3 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I'm giving 3, I can give 4 maybe is good. Okay, after that, after giving this text, what we have few fields. So I will go to the Bootstrap website again, and in this one, in the sidebar, forms is there. You click on forms, and then there is a overview page. You just click on overview page, and directly we will copy this one, but I will not copy the form because like without using form I can submit the data. So I will not use the form, just the inner things I will copy, and here I will create another section and I will paste it. So this Bootstrap is this codes is given for HTML, but we are using React right now. So little bit things is different here because the class name the class will become class name in React. So wherever the class is given, you just replace it by class name like this, and wherever input and this kind of thing is there, self-closing tags, so there like you need to write a / and like this, so this error will be removed like this, if you'll see. And now I will go to our website, and here you can see the forms is there, but it is it is outside from that border class. So what we need to do, I will copy this whole section and I will paste it inside this bordered class. Now you can see now perfectly the email password is displaying. So I will format the code little bit so it may look good. Okay, this is the register page. Almost we have completed. Now I need two extra fields. Email and password is there, but in this one we have name and mobile also. So for that, just what we need to do, I will copy this div. One div is there, email one, that one I will copy, and in the top I will paste 2 times, and the label I will change to name, and 4 is there. So in 4 also you will just name, you provide it name, and in the input one email is there, I will provide it text, and in the ID just simply I will write name, and this div will never share your email. I will remove this one, and in the second one we will give simply mobile, and here also I will copy, and in the 4 also, and in the input ID I will give mobile, and in the type simply you give text, and again here this div I will remove it. And now let's see our register page. So our UI is completed, our register UI is completed. Here you can see. Now I will remove this check me out. So these are the small things, whatever the data or like whatever the fields you need, like that you can add it here. In the button, a class is there, btn primary. So btn primary is basically the blue color, so I will change it to warning. So one class is there in Bootstrap, it will give you the yellow color. So like that, how Amazon is color is there, like that. And I will give width 100 to this button so that it can become large. Now you can see our register page is completed. Now few small things I will do. Will create a variable here, and I will use state. So I will give a variable name form data. Whatever the data we will type, that will get that we will store in this form data. So I will give use state, and I will import it from React, and initially we have name field, that will be empty, email field, that will also be empty, then we have password. So these are the variable, one object. This form data is the type of object I am declaring, and in that one name, email, password and mobile is there. So initially all the values is like empty. Now what I need to do, in the input, wherever like here for the name input is there, just you need to write on change we will pass event, and we will set the value form data, and whatever the previous value of form data is there, that it will be there only, and we will change the name to e dot target dot value, and same thing I will copy. And one more thing you need to write here, value. So value equals to form data dot name, and I will copy this thing, and in the mobile input also I will paste, and simply I will change the name to mobile, and here also mobile. In the email also I will provide the same. In the email also I will provide the same thing, form data email, and here also on change email it will update the email only, and in the password also we will do the same thing. So form data password value will be form data password, and here it will change only the password value. Okay, so our front end is completed. Now when we will click on one function we need to create. So suppose here I am creating one function, const, I will give the name of the function register user equals to, and arrow function I am declaring here, and then in this one we will just simply right now we will console dot log the form data. Okay, and we will call this function when we will click on register. Submit we will change to register, and here simply I will give on change. No, here we need to give on click, and simply register user. Now let's see, I will open the console, and whatever we will type, so in the name whatever maybe you can type, like this random values I am typing, and I will click register. So you can see the form data is printing whatever value we have entered, that is consoling here. So everything is working fine. Okay, our front end is completed. Now let's move to the backend part. So for the backend I will close this thing. Again we need to come to the front end part when we will complete the backend to integrate the backend and front end. Now in the backend folder, let's quickly see, we need a index file. So in the backend also I will create a src folder where I will work, and in this one we will create a index.js. okay, in this one we will import mongoose, the library which we have installed in the starting, mongoose from mongoose, and we will import express from express. So these libraries which we have, these are the libraries which we initially while creating this folder we have installed, and one more library which was course, so I will import this one also. This is the thing. I will create a variable by the name of app equals to, we will write express and simply like this, then we will give app dot use the course we have imported, that we will pass here, course and bracket, and again I will write app dot use express dot json, so that we can send some message or response to the front end side. Now this thing is done. Now I will write app dot listen, and you need to provide the port number. So like how React project is working on port number 3001, so like that you need to provide port. So like 8080 or any number you can provide, on that port it will start working. So 8000 I am giving, and then one callback function you need to provide, and in this one simply I will just write console.log. So now how we can check our server is running or not? So just open your terminal and move to the server folder. Okay, backend we have given the name backend. Now I am inside backend. Now I will write node src /index.js. So I will get one error because I am using import statement. So in the package.json, first of all I need to write something type equals to module. Okay, this thing is necessary if you are importing something, like by using this statement import express from like this. Now node, I will press enter, and simply you can see server running. So your server is started. Now I will change some text here, but as I have saved, you can see nothing is changed. So I need to terminate my this thing, and again I need to write node and this one, then it will show you the updated one. So this is the issue in Node.js. So for this one we have installed NodeMon package. In the package JSON, if you'll see, NodeMon is there. So to use NodeMon, we need to add a script. Inside the script we need to add a start script, and in that one we will simply write NodeMon, then inside src our main index.js file is there. Now I will terminate again this thing, and I will clear, and I will write npm start. So this will run the Node.js your backend, and whatever the changes you will do and save, then again it will start and update. So every time you don't need to do that Node.js, and that you don't have to do every time that thing. Now you can see why NodeMon we have installed. Now in backend folder in src I will create two separate folders, that is model. So model will basically the database model, and one more folder we will create, that route. So in this router folder we will create the APIs, and in this model like the database will be present. Now in the index.js file we need to use the Mongo's library which we have used, and by this we will connect our database from our backend. So here I will write mongoose.connect simply, and inside this single string or double inside this quotes, single quotes or double quotes, you need to provide the port, or you can call the link of your database. So from where we are going to have the link of our database. So one app is there of MongoDB that is called MongoDB Compass. So I will simply run this one. So this is basically very similar to how Workbench is there for MySQL. So this is MongoDB Compass, similar as it is. So this is the string that we need to copy, or if you click on this connect button, first of all we need to connect this one so that our server will start like database. And here after you will click this one, then here you can see on the top three button is there. We will click on this one, and copy connection string is there. I will click on copy, and you can see it is copied, and I will paste it here like MongoDB localhost, and this one we have written, and then /, and then the name of the database. So here, so these are the database which I have created for separate modules, like separate project, employee database, e-commerce, Amazon. So this time I will create a database by the name of Amazon 2. Or Amazon 2. Okay, that is not present here. If you will see, Amazon 2 is not present. Our connection is done. So we have connected our backend with database. Now what we need to do, so this is the MongoDB Compass. I will provide the link in the description box from where you can download it. It is very easy. And after this one, you need one more application, that is Postman or Insomnia. So this one here I am using Insomnia right now. Otherwise if you have Postman and you are familiar with that, you can use that also. So in this one we can check the APIs, whatever we are going to create in our backend code. That one we can check it here, that it is working or not. Then we will integrate that APIs in the front end side. So I will provide the link also of this one. It is simply you can install it very easily. So the router we have created here, the file. So before router, let's create the model first of all. So I will create a file here, and I will give name in the user. I will give user model.js. So in this user model, simply first of all I will import mongoose. Okay, and then I will create a variable like user schema equals to new mongoose dot schema, and in this schema basically you define what are the data will be present, because Amazon 2 will be our database, and in database there will be rows. If I will show you here in compass. Suppose this is the Amazon clone, like Amazon website. So here it is the user table and product table, and in the user table what are the like data if you have. If I will show you in employee database, users, and you can see, so these are the fields. So in user table, the records which you will save, that will have this fields, username, password, email, like that. So that thing we will define in the user schema, that what will be the things we will store. So first we have name, and then we need to define the type. So type will be string. Okay, then I will just copy and paste it 4 times, and I will replace it. Name, I will make it mobile. Type, you can change it like number. Then email, type will be string, and the password. So because we are storing while registering, we are taking these 4 data. While registering, we are taking these 4 data only from the front end side. So we will give 4 values. Now what we need to do, I will write export const. I will create another variable, and I will give it name user model equals to mongoose dot model, and I will write the name of the table. So name of the table will be users, and the schema type, what is the schema of this user, like this is the name of the table, and this is the variables that will be required to insert in this row. Okay, so I will save it, and now I will move to the router, and inside router I will create another file, that is user.js. Now in this one again we need to import the express. So I will just simply write express, and I will create a variable here, router equals to express dot router. So this will create the, now we can create the APIs from here. So I will write router dot, so like post method we will use for inserting any data in the API, like in the database. We generally use post. Here I will provide the name of the API. So name we will give register simply, because this is the register API, and here I will write a arrow function, and in this arrow function all of our codes will be there. So I will write first of all return, and what it will return, response, like wait, first of all this callback function will have 2 parameters, one is request and other is response, and this function we will make it as a asynchronous function, so that we can use the database queries here. Because for using MongoDB, like we need to make the function asynchronous here. Now in the response I will return it like JSON, and one object I will provide, and in that object one message I will pass simply, and that one just I will write OK. So if I will call this API register API, so now I will get the message OK. So if I will get this message, means my logic is working, then I will proceed further. So to make it work, I need to export this one first of all. So I will write export and curly bracket, because I will change the name of the router. I will change it as user router. Okay, and simply I will save it. And where I need to use this one, so this is based this user.js we have created in router, and we need to use it inside index.js. So in index.js I will write app.use, and then I will provide a fake string, like because already we have given the path here, because multiple API we can create in this file, like for register, for login, and for multiple APIs. So in the index one, just I am giving / and no other name I am giving, and then here we will simply use user router, and here you can see automatically it is imported. If it is not imported, you import it like this, user router from router / but you need to add .js file in the import line, otherwise you will get the error. Now our API is created. Although we have not used our user model right now, we will use in just after some moment, but let's check whether our API is, this register API is working or not. So how we will do that one? So that's why I told you need one application, that is Insomnia or Postman. So whether if you don't have anyone, then you install Insomnia, or if you have Postman or this one before, then what we need to do, these are the projects in Insomnia what I have created like that. So here a plus button is there, you click on that one and you create your new project. So whatever the API you will create for Amazon 2, like Amazon clone, that will be stored in here. From here we can test our APIs like it is working or not. So I will give name Amazon 2 and I will select the local vault because I don't want to upload my these things anywhere. It will be stored in my system only. Now I will click on here, you can see new collection is there. I will click on new collection and I will give a name out to it, API. And if you will go to again, if you will start the thing, then Amazon 2 will be present and you will click on that one, then API will be there. Like for e-commerce you can see these APIs I have created, product API, user API, like that. So right now just I am giving API directly, and here I will create a new HTTP request. So here a plus button will come, you click on that one and HTTP request you can create. So now what we need to do, in the backend file for the register, which method you have selected, post method. So in the Insomnia or Postman, you need to select the post method first of all, and then you need to pass the like HTTP and the path of their that thing, API, and the name of the API. So here if you will see, I have just given a register. So how we will create the API, like API is created, but how we will write that HTTP thing, like full URL. So you just go to your browser and you go to your local host. So like this register is there. So even if register is not there, suppose I will copy this localhost 3000, the older one. So now I will go to the Insomnia, I will paste this thing, and now I will write it, the name of the API I have given here, register. Okay, now one more thing we need to change in the index.js file. If you will see, our backend server is running on 8000 port. So that port number also we need to change, like instead of 3000 I will write 8000. And now what we need to do, just simply I will click on the send button, and here I'm getting in the message okay, means in the response I'm getting the message okay. It means my API is working correctly. I will rename this API as a register. Okay, so our register API is working. Now let's write the logic inside that one. So before returning the thing, what we will do, I will create a const user. First of all, from the API we need to send some JSON data. Okay, so that this is the like from the front end side it will come like name. So some fake name I will give, Abhi, like my name only I am giving. Then mobile, so mobile number, some random number I am giving, and email. So for testing purpose we can pass the data like this from your this kind of website applications, Insomnia or Postman, but in actually we will do this thing from the front end side. Only for testing we will see that if that data is passing or not. So I will write abc@gmail.com, and at last the password is there, 1 2, or even okay, password is string, so I will just write 1 2 3 4 5 6. And now what we need to, if you will click on send button, then you will not get any difference, because in return only message we are returning there, it is static. So we need to change that thing. Now how we will access whatever the we are sending the data from the front end or either from this kind of application, like this data now we are sending with this API. So how we will receive that one in our backend? So simply I have written const and I will give curly bracket, means destructuring, and there I will write name, the variables name what we have given here, like key names. This is the object and the keys are there, name, mobile, email, password. So name, mobile, email and password. Okay, this one. And from where it is coming? It is coming from this parameter. The first one is a request. So inside request dot body, these are present. Now what I will do, simply I will return these things, name, email, like in the response. Now you will get the name, email, mobile, and even let's send the password. And now I will go to the Insomnia again, and this time if I will click send, then you can see whatever the input I have written here, that one is coming in the response. Now I am accessing whatever the data what is coming from the front end side. You just assume that this is the front end one. Now what I need to do, now we are getting the data from the API, like whatever the data will come from the front end side, we are receiving like this. Now first of all we need to, now we will use the user model here. So how we will do that? First of all, again I will create one variable and I will write name as user, and there I will check await keyword, I will give await, and then I will import the user model. Simply like this you can import, and you just add the .js file, otherwise it may give error. Then in user model what I will do, user model dot find one. So this how like in MongoDB query is written. So I will find one, means one record I will find, because there will be multiple users, so I am finding one user, like find one. So we need to check the record by the particular thing that should be unique. So mobile number or email can be unique, so here I am checking with mobile number only. So in JavaScript, like key and value you need to pass, but if key and value are both same, then you can just write one, like mobile. So mobile I am passing, so it will check like if this user is present or not. Okay, so according to that we will create our logic. If user is there, then our response will be different, and if user is not there, then our response will be different. So I will cut this one and I will paste it here, this both return string. And in the first one, if user is present by that mobile number, then in the message I will return the status 200, and in the message I will write user already registered. So I will return user already registered in this one if user is present. So this is our logic, and if user is not present by this mobile number, then we will register. So now what we will do, I will create a new new user equals to, now I will use, here I am using await function, but an await keyword. Now I will use new keyword here, because new model we are like new data we are inserting now. Then this thing, and in the user model one object string I will pass, and simply the name, because the name will be also the name and the value is also the name. So just I will write name, then mobile, then comma, email, comma, password. So whatever the value will come, that will be inserted like this. And after you write this sentence, then you write new user, like new user dot save. So it will save your data in your database, and depending upon that the status will be same only, status okay, because your API have worked successfully. And here I will write, just you write user registered successfully. Okay, Now let's go to our Insomnia. First of all, if our API is working correct, then only we will integrate, otherwise we will correct it first of all. So here I will just data is passing here, name and these things, because still it is not inserted, because in the compass, if you will see, our database is not existed here, like Amazon 2, so it is not present, means our data is not there. So I will click on send here, and here you can see I'm getting message user registered successfully. Now I will go to the MongoDB compass. First of all, I will refresh here, means reload, and you can see now my database is reflecting here user 2, and in user 2, like Amazon 2, and in that one user 2 table is created automatically, and whatever the data I am passing from Insomnia, it is inserted. Now let's go once more, and I will click on send button, and then you can see the response is changed, user already registered. And if I will go to again in compass, and I will refresh here this one table, then you can see nothing is added, means now the condition is working fine. If user is present with this mobile number, then it will not insert the record, it will just say it will return the message that user already registered. And if I will change the phone number here, and if I will change the name to bcoder, and again I will click on send, then you can see this time again I am getting user registered successfully. And again if I will click on send, then user already exists, means it is inserted, we cannot insert it again. Here I will reload it, and you can see the name bcoder and the phone number is inserted now. Now our login thing is working fine. Just what we need to do now, we will integrate our front end with the backend. Now this time we are calling our API from here. Now we will do the front end integration, and from this register page, now that thing that API will be called, and whatever the data we will pass, that will get registered inside the table. And if it is like same user, then we will display any message, or we will simply console here that this user already exists, like that. So let's go to the front end side now. Now we have our API working fine. I will close these tabs now, and I will close this backend folder. I will open the front end one, then inside the pages, register page is there. So already we have completed these things earlier only, that all the variables and all things are working fine. Register function also I have created, that form data is printing whatever we will input inside that one. So now what we will do, we need some one extra library here. So I will go to the terminal, and inside I will move to the front end folder, and let's clear it. So I will need one library, that is npm i axios. So this is what we need to call the, like we can use this one for calling the APIs in the front end side, axios library. So I will just install it. It is installed. Now I will move here, and then we need to import it first of all. So I will import it like axios. Simply we need to write axios from axios. Okay, then in the register user function, when we will click on this register button, then this function will execute. So inside this one only we need to write axios dot post, because our register API is post API. So I will write this one, and then we need to provide the API. So where is our API? In Insomnia we have created our API like http localhost 8000 register. We need to copy this one, and you need to simply paste this thing here, and then in dot, then we will write, because it will return a promise. So in that one console I am giving, and in response here, response dot like it is already JSON, so we don't need to convert in JSON. So simply I will console it like console.log response.data, and let's see what it returns. So I think response.data only we can display. And now let's come here, and I will fill some data here, like my mobile, email and password, like this. Then I will open the console, and let's see what it is printing. And in network tab also we will see whether our API is calling or not. So I have clicked on register, and here you can see in the network tab like user registered successfully, it is displaying. And if you will go to here in the compass, and you can change the view here, like if this view you are not liking, then you can convert it into table by right side. This button is there, you click, then you will see the table view. Now I will click on reload, and here you can see third data is inserted, but one issue is there that the fields are having empty records, like no fields, like that it is displaying. So we will check why it is happening. See in the console if whether some error is there or not. User registered successfully. Okay. User is registered successfully, that is okay. Then if we can console here in the backend also, like in this one also, because it is JavaScript only, so you can write console.log to check what is coming in like name. So here only in VS Code, here it will print the message, this name. So let's go to Insomnia, and again I will click on this user, this send button I will click, and I will go to VS Code and see. So okay, B coder we are passing as a text name, so it is printing, so it is correct. Now let's go to front end side, and from here I will click on register button, and now in VS Code if you will see that undefined it is coming, so it is issue from the front end side. So I will go to our register page, and let's check what is the issue happening from here. So the issue is happening is what in the API we are not sending the form data, only we are calling the API and no data is passing. So in you need to give comma and you need to pass the form data like this. So this thing happened. So now I will go to the compass, and I will delete this record that is not containing any field. Okay, it is deleted. Now again I will go to the browser, and I will click on register, and here you can see user registered successfully. Now I will go to the compass, and I will reload the thing, and now you can see Abhishek phone number and my correct email password is here. Now our whole thing is completed for today, like the register UI and its backend and database, everything we have seen. So this was the day 1, and let's do one more thing. I will create a home like one login page. So just simply a text will be there. This thing we will see in the next video, the login UI and the API we will create for the login page. So in login page there will be lot of things. When you will log in any user, then lot of things will happen. So that thing we will do in next video, but let's do one simple thing now. Just simply I am creating a login page, login text it is containing. In app.js I will copy this route, and I will give login path, and in the login path we will display the login page, and we will import like this here. Now let's go to the browser, and here if I will write login, then here you can see login text is coming, and design we will do in next video. But you can see the we have changed the path. Now what we need to do, when a user will register successfully, then simply if I have given like this mobile number and this email ID and password, any password, then one logic I will write in the register page. In this time we are just consoling the data, but we will not console the data only. Here what I will write, I will import a function, a hook I will import. I will just create a variable navigate, and I will import use navigate from React router DOM like this. Okay, and I will copy this navigate, and in the response here, like after the console, I will write it will navigate to /login. So in this one we can have like multiple conditions, that if user is registered successfully, then only we can give these things, otherwise we will not give. So that thing we will see in next video, that simple condition is there that we will add in next video. But for now just think that when we will click on register, then it will move to the login page, because you are already registered now. Then you don't have to manually you need to click on a login button to login. You just register and login page will automatically open. So for that, just here you can see user registered successfully. Now the login page will come and you have your login ID and password. You just enter and you can log into the home screen. So that things we will see in next video how we will do. So this was it for day 1 of Amazon clone. So we have done everything for register page, and till here we have completed. So in the next video we will see a lot of things like Redux and all things we will integrate in the React.js code. And if you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like and subscribe button, and please share this video to your friends who are who wanted to learn full stack web development and React.js. And comment down below if you need more like specific video on this each topics like MongoDB, React.js separately. If you want the videos of the basic things of that, then you can comment down below. And if you have any kind of doubt, then please join my Telegram group. There we can discuss your issue and all things we can solve it together.